Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. This is a bit of
Cool.
a sad one, isn't it?
Is
Witcher.
it? Is it a bit
Yeah.
sad?
Well, so we're doing Witcher season 3, part 2, which is episodes 6 till 8.
Yeah, so not sure why they did that. Someone said that it was because a lot of people are going to drop their Netflix subscription, so
Oh,
they dragged another month out of people. I don't believe that, but like, you know, for whatever reason they did that because it was only a few weeks ago it was out, so I
yeah,
don't
right.
understand why they did.
It's like a
I mean,
2-week break.
it's kind of pointless. I mean, I don't know why they. I mean, if they'd have left it 6 months, I would have been even more annoyed.
It
But
might
just
have
because,
actually fit better together as well if people
uh,
crammed it in one go. They would have had a better, more
yeah,
positive
uh,
uh,
yeah,
view of it because it, I've watched like the odd episode, and you just think, oh, this is bollocks. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah,
altogether, it's a you know sum of the parts sort of thing is greater than the
yeah.
yeah.
I
But
mean,
but it's a
yeah,
bit sad. This is my opinion. Obviously, Henry's going, and I can't imagine anybody else doing it. And he seems to have quite good chemistry with the other
yeah,
players, with
yeah. He does.
Ciri and Yennefer, in particular with Yennefer. I mean, they're all really good in it. But it's just sad that he's going, and they didn't really even give him a good way to leave.
No, that's what I was going to say. I thought it was piss poor,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
then I think I don't think that the other cast members knew he was leaving until they'd finished.
right.
Is what I gather. Is that whether he wasn't allowed to tell them or something like that. I mean, I would have thought he would have told them in secret anyway. I don't
Yeah,
know. They're being very tight-lipped about it.
yeah.
Um, about because I saw an interview with it was Yennefer Alia Chalotra, whatever her name is, and might have been it was the guy who plays Yaskir
Oh, yeah.
and Ciri, and the interviewer said, "So, how do you all feel about Henry Cavill leaving?" And like there was just kind of dead silence for a couple of seconds, and like um, uh, Alia, sorry, I don't know what her name is. Charlotte, one played Yennefer, spoke, and the others just sort of looked at her, and they were looking at her like, "Be careful," kind of thing,
Yeah,
or
they've been
we have to
told.
be careful. And she said,
Yeah,
obviously, we're very sad, and she was very diplomatic about it, but it was kind of like I think they look very much on their guard. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
so. Whether or not that's pressure from the studio, as in
Don't
don't
say
fuck this up
anything.
for us because we're paying your wages,
Mm.
sort of thing. I think it's a bit of a mess behind the scenes there. What's gone on? From what I gather, they've kind
Yeah,
of
I mean,
fucked
Henry's
over
going to be
everyone.
all right, but
Yeah,
these people were fairly unknown.
yeah. I mean, I think they're very good. I think they'll go on. I
Yeah,
mean, don't get me wrong. There's
they've-
some terrible fucking people in this show. There's some
yeah,
terrible actors who I couldn't care less about. But like, I think Yennefer and that is. I know she's got a lot of stick because she gets more airtime than The Witcher because she does. I mean, there isn't a lot of Geralt in the last two series, really.
mm,
He just seems to be in the background, sort of looking moody and getting beaten up a lot.
mm,
Um, but I mean, a lot of that is because people said it's not like the books. Again, I haven't read the books, so perhaps I would be more annoyed. I think she's great.
yeah,
I think Ciri's a bit dull. I think Yaskir is annoying
yeah,
and always has been annoying. But I mean, he's supposed to be annoying.
yeah,
But like now he's a bit more deep and sort of when he's in this episode, one of the episodes here, he does this thing where he sits there singing and then starts like, crying. He's done that a couple of times. I find it so boring. Like it's like
mm,
singing a sad song. Like just why don't sing then if you're going to cry?
yeah. I
Fucking
prefer him
pointless.
to be,
A dickhead.
yeah,
Like
completely
maybe.
selfish. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Sure, he's got depth, but I mean,
It,
the part of the personality I like about him is he's really all out for you know living life to the fullest, really, isn't
yeah.
he?
Rather than
Uh,
moping around being a sort of lovesick sort of puppy. It just
yeah,
fucking stupid. It didn't make any sense.
yeah.
Um,
Anyway,
and
should we start sort of going through it? I mean, I
That's
quite
true.
liked episode 6 because then we had the. I've watched this twice now, so I've watched 6 to 8. First time, you sort of it's a bit messy. It's a little bit messy. Anyway, they have a big fight at Arathusa,
Right,
and
yeah.
and so they've rounded up all the wizards. They round up the Witcher. Yennefer gets out, and I think Triss does as well. A few get out. It turns out some of the magicians are in on this coup,
Yeah.
which I didn't really sort of get. But anyway, they've got them all rounded up, but Tasaya turns up and unlocks all their bonds because she's a super,
Yeah, kind of like without any resistance either. Like if
No,
they've locked them all up, why are they letting her wander around?
yeah, I
I
mean,
thought,
she's supposed to be like one of the most powerful sorcerers
yeah.
ever.
So
So,
why did it doesn't make sense why they would try and lock them all up apart from her,
is it Philippa? Which one's the one with the feathers?
Philippa? Yeah,
Yeah, so she said, "Oh, well, I've put this spell, like a dampening spell or something." And Tasaya says, "Well, I wrote that book, so she can
yeah,
easily get around it," sort of thing. So I guess that kind of covers it. But it was yeah. But anyway, they all get out and they have this big battle. The elves turn up. Um,
yeah. The Scoia'tael or whatever.
There's Skotel and Kahia turns up. And there's kind of sort of like three factions, isn't there? So there's like Redania, the White Flame lot, and Fringilla's there as well. So Fringilla with the White Flame, Skotel, uh, Elves, Kahia are all together. You've got Redania with Philippa, and I forget what her fella's name is.
Dijkstra.
Dijkstra, yeah.
Yeah,
So they're sort of Redanian, and then you've got the wizards. So they're all having this big fight, um, and there's a bit going on there. And in the end, the elves bring down the big flame circle thing. It was all a bit messy. It was a bit
yeah.
messy.
I still kind of like because in this whole thing, I was like, well, where's Siri? If that's what they're here for,
Yeah,
but
right.
like she's just got she's I don't know
Oh, I'm
where.
getting so fed up with we've got Siri, we haven't got Siri. We've got
Yeah,
Siri, we haven't got her.
I
Do you
kind
know
of
what I
just
mean?
like where
Oh, it's driving me
I just don't
nuts.
I don't quite know what's going on with her, like where she's supposed to be. Is she at Aretusa or not? Because she seemed to just all of a sudden be outside.
She was like parked in some kind of hut. Why is she not in the fucking place? Why is she not in
Yeah,
Aretusa? I
make
mean,
any
it's a
fucking sense.
fortress, and
Yeah,
they've got her out in a little lodge in the middle of nowhere with Yaskia
yeah,
and his lover, who's not a lover now. And
yeah.
I find it
Don't
quite
even care
difficult to
about it.
believe Yaskia gave a shit, really,
Yeah,
that he'd been vaguely betrayed by this fucking pompous Popinjay prince guy. Do you know-
popping Jay.
I'd just be like,
Yeah,
Yaski's just like, yeah, he's just a fuck. You know what I mean?
yeah,
He's just there.
yeah. No, exactly. Like he's only
I
known him
didn't,
for a couple of weeks.
yeah, I didn't get that they were in love
No, no,
anyway,
no.
but apparently, yeah. Anyway, he has to go at the prince. Ciri's sort of wandering around on her own again. Yennefer goes to find um, the Witcher somehow gets out, and he goes to find it, and then they're all together again, and then they all turn, and then they don't, Yennefer has to go back because to say he's doing the lightning thing with
Yeah.
I forget what they call it now, but
Oh, it's like a sort of final. She said it's like a.
yeah, but we can't get through it can't get through magical barriers.
Yeah, I did. It didn't make any
I thought
sense.
she was going to kill everybody.
Yeah, I
She
mean, it's obvious. Yeah, that's what kind of what I thought. Like, it's a last resort. She said it's a last resort spell, which basically just sort of means kill everyone. And I was like, and like because she's been betrayed by a
Yeah, I thought it was a bit of
husband.
payback time.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
she's just kind of like, "Do you know what? I'm just going to kill everyone."
yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, fine. We probably need to stop that. So yeah, but like I don't fucking
If
know.
it didn't get through like people's magical barriers,
Yeah. So
and
it was a bit.
that's not much of a last resort, then, is it? It's not a nuclear option if you've got
Yeah.
protection against it.
Yeah. It didn't make any sense. I mean, I kind of really sort of like to say her
I
now.
do, yeah.
Like, because in the first series, she was. I mean, she was. They've totally changed her character during the course of the
Mm,
series. She was very school marmish. I mean, the fact that her and Jennifer have this mother-daughter relationship now is kind of mind-boggling
mm.
because she was horrible to her.
Yeah,
She's
she called a
horrible to
piglet.
everyone in the fucking first series.
Yeah.
Like it was just, but there seems to be this. Yeah, you know, you gave me a home and you treated me with respect. And it's like, no, 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 she didn't. She kind of kidnapped you, really. Like you were kind of, it was either be there
She
or
bought
death.
you as a pig.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, she bought you from your parents, sort of thing. Did that happen? I'm sure it did.
Yeah, she called a piglet because she was in
Yeah.
a pigsty when she bought her.
That's right.
And then
Yeah.
they took her back, and she was quite horrible to her. I mean, she did save her life after Yennefer tried to commit suicide and things
Yeah.
like that. But the only reason why she sort of had any connection was because Istrid, the male the male magician, and they had a bit of a love affair and
Yeah.
stuff. So she had that kind of going for her as a bit of hope. But yeah, they were horrible to the girls, and then they turned, the ones who weren't quite up to snuff into eels. So she's not
Yeah.
really, yeah, she's not really sort of like a likable person. But
No.
I kind of get, if you're in the army and you've got like a very strict sergeant, and then you get through a war together, I kind of get that kind of camaraderie. Like if your sergeant gets you
Yeah.
out of trouble, that
Yeah.
sort of thing. But it's not a mother daughter
No.
relationship. It's not a
So
father, it's just a
I just don't know how that all
I hate
changed,
you, but
you
I
know.
respect you sort of
Yeah.
thing.
And
Yeah,
they
it's
kind
more
of,
like that.
I mean, they changed the way she looked and everything because all of a sudden, like season two, to say it was kind of like pretty hot, you know, and sort of like
She's a beautiful woman.
she is very
Yeah,
beautiful, yeah, but like, they
yeah,
made her sort of more glamorous, right?
yeah.
You know, rather than and like, I mean, the, you know, it's weird because Aretusa now is just full of these sort of like, you know, middle-aged women. And like, but in the first thing, it was just like
Well,
pupils. I mean, are all the pupils dead?
I thought when
All
you
of
gave
them?
up your womb, you had your womb scraped out of you by that guy. I thought that was sort of part payment to be beautiful, and that's why Yennefer was made beautiful.
Maybe that's a social comment that all women are beautiful, regardless of what they look like.
Y-
Maybe that's what the script writers
Yeah, you're
thought.
right. They are all
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah,
But anywho,
yeah. I got a
but
feeling that's probably why, because yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
because I thought they'd all look like, to say, oh,
Yeah,
Yennefer, who are
yeah,
gorgeous.
yeah.
And I mean, there's a few others that are gorgeous as well, but they're not uniformly gorgeous. But they are. They are.
But they are. Yeah,
I'm
I
sure they're
understand. Yeah,
fantastic people underneath.
yeah. Do you know
Anyway,
what I
let's
mean?
moving on.
Moving on from that. But yeah, I mean, it's just, but I sort of came to quite like her. I mean, that, like I say, that whole mother daughter thing, I just didn't understand that. Even in the second
It was very
series,
forced,
the
I
fact she
thought.
was so
Yeah.
upset after the battle of whatever it was, where Yennefer goes total fucking
Yeah,
beast mode.
it's a great moment that
It's
was.
great,
Yeah.
yeah, really good. But like, she's really upset, and I was like, I just didn't understand why, because you didn't give us any reason to believe you had a close relationship with her in the first series. Anyway, but I like to say her a lot, and it's a shame that she died.
Yeah. I mean, like the fact that they've kind of screwed around with the story a lot. I mean, in the book, she commits suicide, but I don't know,
Mm.
are we allowed to say that?
What do you mean?
Because I think YouTube have got a problem with it,
With what?
saying the S word.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
apparently so.
but it's what happens in the story,
It's
though, isn't it?
what happens in the story and it happens in the book. But I thought if you're going to screw around with the book this much anyway, what I would have liked to see Tisaya do is go fucking mental
Yeah,
and get a revenge against Vilgeforce. That's what I would have loved to see that.
yeah,
Yeah, be down on her luck a bit. Aretusa's been trashed and they've lost so many mages, and all the young girls they're all dead. You know, there's only like a
Yeah.
handful of them left, and they've been completely fucked over by Vilgeforce. What I would have loved to see after, you know, the white hair and you know, being much diminished, for her to come back and really fuck him
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
I
I
would have
suppose.
loved that.
I mean, I think it was kind of like the fact that she was kind of just broken at that point was
Yeah.
kind of good, but yeah, it was just a bit
Well, I
sad.
wanted to see her come back.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if she had to commit suicide, do it in a blaze of glory, like take
Yeah.
Vilgeforce out with her.
I mean,
You
I
know,
can
some like
see. Yeah.
crazy spell, sort of like from the dawn of time, some
Yeah.
old magic. You know what I
That's the
mean?
thing. I think if she'd have done that, if done that big last resort spell and it had actually done anything, like if she'd have
Yeah.
murdered a fucking whole wave of these soldiers, then that would have been cool. But it just didn't do anything, and then she just
No.
killed herself. I mean, I thought it was kind of, you know,
I
because like
liked it, but it
I
wasn't
think it's because
powerful
it's
enough.
yeah, I don't know. It's weird because like sometimes like things are just too much for people, and like she's been betrayed by her lover and all that husband, whatever he is, and she's
Yeah,
just like
he's
she
really
can.
horrible too as well, and he was
Yeah.
just like,
Oh, he is.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
totally horrible.
Like,
But
he didn't even say, like, you know, "I'm sorry," or anything. It was just, you know, it's only business or anything like that. It was just like, yeah, he was kind of like, I had to fuck that. You
yeah,
know, he was like really sort of disgusted with her.
I still don't even really know what his fucking deal was. Like, why was he doing those experiments on the young girls?
Mm,
You know, why did it take them so long to realise that their fucking pupils are going missing?
yeah, that was stupid.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
yeah.
and like now they're just,
It was only
like,
Triss who noticed.
yeah,
Yeah,
and that you know what I mean. Now they're just sort of like this sort of band of women who are like, I don't know. None of them seem to know what the fuck's going on. You know,
yeah,
I don't know. So it was annoying, but it was a shame to lose her because I really liked her.
yeah. I did as well.
Eventually, you know, I thought she kind of just not because she turned hot, but I just thought she became more interesting. You know, um,
Yeah, and they could have used her. I mean, she's like supposed to be the
yeah,
most powerful sorceress ever, sort of
yeah,
thing. And she could have used that as a help, not just sort of give up,
yeah.
you
I
know?
think if they were going to do the thing where she commits suicide, that they should have made it a bit more heartbreaking. I don't know if like you know,
It's a bit
sort of a
quick, it
bit
was off
more.
screen.
Yeah, exactly. A bit more about the fact that sometimes it's just too much, you know, and it's
Mm.
she's broken. I thought it was
Yeah,
interesting with
maybe over a few episodes, sort of, you know, maybe into season 4, have her still alive, because then you're thinking, "Oh, maybe she's gonna get Vilgeforce back," but then
mm,
sort of halfway through the season 4, she just like, you know, I've fucking had enough,
yeah,
you
I
know?
don't know. I don't
But
know.
I would have loved to seen her burn his face off, or, you know, just really fuck him up. I
yeah.
really would have really liked that.
Well, I
But
expect we'll
anywho,
probably see Liam Hemsworth do that now. Well, no, it won't
um,
be. It'll be Yennefer, won't it?
probably.
Because I think, yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying it's the Yennefer show, not the Witcher show, and
Mm.
that's true. I mean, she does get more screen time, and Siri. I mean, the whole middle episode of this chunk
Oh God.
was just Siri wandering around
Well,
in the fucking
after
desert.
episode 6, it just went to shit. I mean, it like
Yeah,
we had the aftermath. You know, we had the battle, and then the aftermath of the battle, and in fucking episode 7, it was literally Siri in a desert for the whole fucking episode, and I was just like, I'm bored of this.
yeah, it
You
was
could have.
boring. Yeah,
You could have done that in 10 minutes. She's out in the middle of fucking nowhere,
talking to
um,
fucking ghosts that you know,
talking to
just constantly
ghosts.
saying you're not real. Like I've fucking seen that in so many things.
Uh, and then her using fire magic. Now, this whole thing with the fire magic thing, now, I'm sure in the books it's a lot more sort of important that you don't use fire, but
Yeah,
everyone's fucking using it.
yeah,
Stragobor's using it, fucking Yennefer's using it, now Ciri's using it. There doesn't seem to be that much of a problem using it,
yeah.
you know?
Actually,
So,
Stregobor has there's quite a funny moment in that because like he
He's like,
ends
"Yeah,
up
I can kill
he
some
ends up
elves
I can
now."
kill some else because he's like a massively racist.
Yeah,
So, I
yeah.
mean, it's kind of funny. He's like, "I'll take care of this lot," and he's just got a big smile on his face. You're like,
Yeah,
"Fucking
yeah.
hell!"
I'm
But they're
I'm
all like, "Cheers, man," and
I'm
they
gonna
like leave
clean
him
the
to it.
streets, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
fucking mental. Which is thought
yeah.
was quite
And
funny.
they could have done that better as well, maybe a bit more of an explosion, some, people's limbs blown off, I don't know, just something a bit more
It kind
impressive
of
'cause it
left it all like
I
open
don't know if he's
ended.
alive
I don't know. I don't know if any of them are fucking alive. And like,
because
I
it
mean,
was a mess, and, like, he did a fireball and then we don't see him again. But you think, like, someone like Striker Ball would come back, or
maybe
maybe
he
even
will.
Tissaia.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that Tissaia will come back in some form
yeah.
or other, but I
I
doubt
don't
she
think.
will.
I don't think so.
Anywho, and Vilgeforce and Geralt had this, battle.
Yeah, it kicks Geralt's ass, like
Yeah, it fucking
totally, really.
does.
Which I don't,
Yeah.
don't really understand how,
No.
like how he managed to get the better of Geralt.
Yeah.
Really, I
I mean,
don't
it could
really
have been a
understand.
bit more even-handed.
Yeah,
Like he tricks Geralt somehow
yes,
and
yeah, he didn't even get sweat on
overpowers
him.
him, but, like, he just absolutely fucking kicked his arse, didn't
But
he?
then why not
Yeah.
kill him? Why not
Yeah,
fucking kill him then? Why does he just sort of like wander off?
I
It
did
doesn't
wonder
make
that as
any
well.
fucking sense. Like you would have just finished him off. Like clearly he's the biggest threat to your fucking plan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like the fucking mages. You're a mage, so you
And also
can
you could say to
infiltrate.
Ciri, "Geralt's dead, so you
Mm,
might as well come with me." You know what I mean? She's a kid still,
yeah,
you know?
made no
Um,
fucking sense at all. It
no.
was just an excuse to have Geralt.
Have a
Uh,
battle.
yeah, I mean, or just to have him looking shitty weak, and while everyone else fucking helps him, because
Yeah.
he ends up going to
It should have
that.
the battle should have been more even-handed, they should be more evenly matched,
Yeah,
and then Vilgeforce somehow tricks him and gets the upper hand and then leaves him to
yeah.
die,
We
whatever.
see his deceit fucking wins the battle.
Yeah, right, rather
Yeah,
than,
rather than just
skill.
like he's impervious to fucking
Yeah.
fighting. Just ridiculous.
Mm,
Um, so Geralt ends up being taken to. I think Triss takes him to some group of dryads, which are sort
mm,
of like forest creatures with a few other wankers,
mm,
and like they're sort of trying to heal him, but nothing's worked. There's a very annoying young woman in there who's just constantly bitching and moaning the whole time. That was kind of annoying. I think we're
mm.
supposed to like her, but it's like,
Was that the Archer woman?
yeah, the
Oh, she
Archer
got on
woman.
my nerves. Her
Yeah,
line
she was.
delivery needs fucking work as well.
But again, she was just literally just going up to people and saying, "You're an idiot" and stuff like that. And it's like, I've literally never met you before. What kind of
Yeah, I didn't
person are
like
you?
her.
That's no, I didn't
No.
like that. But I get a feeling we're supposed to root for her for some reason because uh,
Your dad
she's
now,
had a
like
traumatic
she
past,
kept
so
saying. I
therefore,
just thought,
yeah,
fucking, like, if Garrett was, like, up to speed, he'd probably snap you in half like a twig. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? And
exactly. Just like grab her
just,
head and twist it off.
yeah,
But,
exactly.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I thought she was. I just don't understand why we're supposed to like why you have horrible characters who are supposed to be good people. It's like, I
She's
mean,
got, there's
you know,
nothing there I can respect. Okay, she can use a bow and arrow, but other than that, she's just a side bit. Do you know what I mean?
but she's just kind of like not like every time she just sits there looking sulky, fine. But like anytime any of the characters open their mouths, or any of the men open their mouths, she just like bites their heads off with some comment, and it's just kind of tiresome. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? You think
tiresome's the word. Yeah.
it's just kind of like because you just think, oh fucking hell, you just have to let them do it,
Yeah.
and just like hopefully they walk off and get bored.
It's just another inserted character. We don't need any
Y-
more fucking
Yeah,
characters. We've got
I didn't
enough.
understand it. But again, they sort of alluded that she had some traumatic pasts, so therefore she's allowed to be abusive.
Oh, of course.
It
Yeah.
didn't make any fucking sense. Really annoyed me. Um,
Mm.
and the dryads were fucking pointless as
Yeah, they
well. I
couldn't
mean,
heal him.
they didn't say anything about who they were
Yeah.
or whatever, apart from they know Geralt from the past, and like they're all trying to heal him. None of that works.
Well,
Do you know
this
what I
is
mean?
right. So the last two episodes of the season, which are supposed to be building up to some kind of, like, in a normal sort of season for, TV. Yeah, okay, we've had a bit of a thing, but we should be building up towards the end. I mean, I couldn't give a shit now what happens.
No,
Geralt's gone. To say he's dead, um, I don't even know if half of these people are alive or not. We don't know what happens to Istrud. He gets like
no.
thrown through some portal. Vilgeforce has had half of his face burnt off. I think it was when Siri did some. There was a wall with words on it, and she knocked down the Tower of Gull,
What was
and
that all about? Yeah,
there was a
like where?
monolith in there.
But where was it? Where did that happen? Where
It was in Aretusa. There's like
was it?
Aretusa, and then you've got the Tower of the Gull. The
Yeah,
Tower of Gull. She knocked down the Tower of the Gull, and there's a monolith inside it, and there was
right.
words on it, and she did some magic, and we
Yeah.
didn't see the outcome of that. But when we see Vilgeforce again, half of his face is gone.
Oh, right.
So
She's sort of
I
like, yeah,
guess
but
that's what happened.
yeah, it didn't make any sense. She just turned up with a scar later on. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and then she's in a fucking desert for an entire episode. I was
Yeah,
just
that was
like,
fucking
I am
poor.
so over this. Maybe
It was.
10 minutes of that shit. And then she figures out how to do portals or something.
There was a classic. There was a fucking really. I mean, there's fucking unicorn turning up all the time. It's
All
fucking
right, yeah.
pointless. Which is, I don't know.
I was
Was
waiting
that a
for the
real?
horn to wobble because
Yeah.
it's
I
such
was.
a.
Was this some clumsy attempt to make her seem kind because she's kind to animals?
Mm.
Are we that fucking shallow? But like that fucking animal gets stabbed or bitten or something, and like it's got this massive fucking like wound, and she goes, "I'll help you," and she pulls out this piece of tissue
Oh,
like,
God, I know. Yeah, I
and
noticed
literally
that.
doesn't wet it or anything, or she
Where
just
did she get that from? Out of her
yeah,
house?
she just puts it on like this wound, and it doesn't cover even like 10% of it, and like and I'm just like, seriously, you might as well have not bothered,
Yeah,
right? And then later on, she looks at it and she goes, "Let me see how the wound is." And I was like, "You can see the wound because you
yeah.
only covered up like 10% of it with your fucking Kleenex, you moron."
It's bled and seeped all the way through
Yeah,
whatever that
it's all
pathetic postage stamp you put on there.
there's black infected veins radiating out for it. It's obviously fucked. You should best thing you could have done was cut its head off.
Yeah. Well,
Right. But I thought it was just fucking stupid. Like she made that was a very poor
I thought they
attempt.
were going to actually do something with the unicorn myth as well.
Yeah,
You can't touch unicorns
yeah,
unless you're a maiden, right? Maidens are the only ones who can uh, capture a unicorn or train a unicorn. They can
yeah.
use a maiden's hair, so like a part of your hair, you can use it as a lasso around the unicorn,
I
and
didn't
they
know
only
that.
come towards maidens. You've got to be pure of heart, blah blah blah. You can't touch him, right? So, but I don't think Ceres, although she's probably a maiden, but she's already killed people because she has those big explosions where she like fries people.
Yeah.
So she's not pure of heart. You know what I mean? So
I
she
didn't
wouldn't be able.
understand why it was there at all.
It was some kind of metaphor, probably. But anyway,
Was something, but I don't know what.
but even if you right, so you can't touch them, but unicorns' horns are supposed to have magical healing properties. So she might
Yeah.
have been able to take some of that off and give it to it. I don't know, but
No, I don't even think it
using
was
fire
real. Like,
magic and then touch. I mean, fire magic's supposed to be evil,
yeah,
right? Apparently, but everyone's using it with no consequences.
yeah.
So I don't know where the fuck they're going with that. And why is that more dangerous than water, earth, and air?
Fuck knows.
Tornadoes, floods. They're all as destructive as the next thing. So
Yeah,
it's just how you use it, surely. So
yeah.
anyway, but
Doesn't
the
make any
fact is, she
sense.
used fire magic, which is supposed to be evil in this universe, touches the unicorn. The unicorn lets it heal her with the fire magic, which doesn't make
Yeah,
the fact because
that
it's a
doesn't make
pure.
sense either. Like, I thought
It's
maybe she was going to cauterize the wound, but then even that, like, that fucking horse is infected. That ain't going to
yeah,
fucking heal shit.
yeah,
Best thing you could have done is like fucking boiled its brains inside its head with your fire. But yeah, she didn't even use the fire. She just put her hand on it, and then it just got up and fucked off.
yeah,
Right? Do you know
yeah.
what I mean? It's like that was the whole thing was fucking pointless. I don't know
And it was
who
a
these.
fucking. It was like an hour of it as
It
well.
was an hour of it. I don't know.
I
I
was
mean,
just
she had her sort of stepmom turning up, sort of thing. If that was her stepmom, I don't know. The queen, one who was the queen in the first series
oh,
or
the
something.
grandmother.
Grandmother, yeah, of Sintra, whatever. I thought she was quite a good character in the first
Yeah,
series,
she
but
was
like a bit
great.
pointless in this. And then
Yeah,
this other woman turning up who I don't
oh,
know who the fuck she was either.
she was like some right. So because Dragobor said it earlier when he was doing the when he was going to blast all the elves in his moment of Hitlerism.
Mm,
Um, Felka, was it something like Felka? Goes to Felka. It's
maybe.
something like Felka or Krelka or something like that. But when Siri was with her, she said that she cut her ears. So I don't know if she was like back in the day an evil
Yeah,
sorcerer who pretended to be elven and fucked up the
yeah.
elves. I don't know.
Don't
It
know.
was something like
Wasn't
that.
explained. Yeah,
Wasn't explained. And it was boring. And I couldn't give shit about
yeah.
that.
It was boring because it's just like, who the fuck are you?
And then we had another boring episode where Geralt was fucking suffering in a leaf tent
Yeah,
with people who couldn't fucking heal him.
yeah. They
And
were
Yennefer was
fucking.
going, "Oh, I can't go back because I haven't got Ciri." Fucking get back there. What are you
Yeah,
fucking mental? He's dying.
yeah.
Get
She's like, he'd be upset if I turn up without him. It's like, well, you ain't got a fucking choice, man. It's your fucking husband, lover, whatever. Just fucking, you can heal him. Fucking do it.
yeah, and then you can find us together. You
Yeah,
know?
it makes
And
no sense.
and why isn't this token that she gave to Ciri not working? Ciri's been like saying to it, "Please come and find me," into this token thing.
I don't even remember that.
It
What
was like she's
token?
got like some kind of token that Yennefer gave her a while back, and she said, "If you need me,
Oh,
just
right. Yeah,
speak
yeah.
at it." And she's been doing that. Doesn't fucking work.
No, she's
Doesn't.
probably lost the other one. There's
And by
probably
this
two.
point, anyway, I mean, how many times have they been without Ciri? Ciri disappears, they go and find Ciri. Ciri disappears, they go and find Ciri. It's just over and over and over again. At this point, I'd be like, "Oh, Ciri's fucked off again." I'd just be like, "Let's just get over it." Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Really, I just can't be
exactly. It must
arsed
like
anymore.
must
I'm
must be
knackered.
like being a parent, and like having your child and like you
Yeah,
starts doing drugs or something when he's a
I
teenager, and that
gave her a fucking
you so,
token.
you try and like yeah, you try and like sort them out, but like eventually they don't listen, and you have to just let them go and fuck off and ruin their lives
Yeah,
so that you can get on with yours.
yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? I'm surprised it hasn't crossed like Geralt's head, to sort of like, would it be better for everyone if I just chopped her head off while she's asleep?
Yeah. Or you
Do you
could
know what
just
I
go
mean?
back to what he was doing, which is go around the countryside and you
Killing
don't leave
monsters for cash.
Yennefer and
Yeah,
Ciri to it. Fuck it. It doesn't
yeah.
matter.
You just cause trouble wherever you go,
Yeah.
you
It's just
know?
death and destruction everywhere.
Exactly. And we still
And
don't
I'm
even
bored
fucking
of
understand why
bored
she's important. What power does she have? They don't fucking talk about it. Where's the wild hunt? They keep appearing and disappearing.
and why are
Like,
people walking across fucking massive tracts of land when they can fucking do portals?
yeah,
Why?
yeah, I thought that actually a couple of times. I was like, yeah, portal me to fucking, let's portal to
Yeah,
Arathusa, let's portal to
because
fucking here.
when they come out of Aretusa, right, the all three of them meet up. Yennefer could have portaled them all out of there somewhere
Yeah.
safe. No, we've got to walk 15 miles away to
Even
some.
Siri did it in the last series.
Right.
They were like, she ported them across the bridge, wasn't it? Because she was trying to make her fix the
Oh, that's
bridge,
true.
and
Yeah,
then in the end, she
yeah,
just ported them across. She did that a few times.
yeah.
Like, but I don't fucking
So,
understand.
and
Makes no
then you saw
fucking sense.
Yennefer going, oh, right, she's using the spell of massive thunder, or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah,
And then you could see she was like fucking about 3 miles away from Aretusa. Am I going to portal my way over there? No, I'm going to walk.
I'm gonna
I'm
fucking
going to
walk. Yeah,
walk
it looked
three
like quite a
miles.
hard walk as well because it's up a
It's a
fucking
fucking
mountainside.
yeah, it was like proper rugged terrain.
Yeah,
Yeah, anyway, but that just
in that
pissed me
fucking
off.
dress. Do you know what I mean? In a long black
Yeah,
dress.
probably wearing a pair of fucking wizard heels or some shit.
Wizard heels. You should. That's a new thing you should invent.
Yeah.
That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, probably
Wizard
sell quite a
heels.
few of them as well.
I love
That's
that.
probably goths would
Wizard.
love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wizard heels. I bet quite a lot of those women wouldn't be able to wear them
No.
without destroying the lino.
Especially not the ultra beautiful ones.
Yeah, there's some obviously major beauties.
Mm.
Um, anyway, I thought it. What happened in the end? So basically, like series.
Right.
Okay, so there, a few things happened. The fucking uh, Vizimir, the sort of arrogant, useless
Oh,
king,
right, yeah, he gets
Radovid's
knocked off
brother, he gets knocked off, kind of pointless
by
by
that weird blonde thing.
the weird sort of Philippa's sort of gay lover, non-binary sort of thing, yeah, with the spuddy haircut.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
like
very, very
like
unfortunate haircut.
just wanders in and cuts his throat. Um,
She did it from like 6 foot away as well.
yeah, it was weird, wasn't it? Because he just sort of fell, and then she was just standing behind it, and she just sort of went like that because fuck
She'd have
him.
blood all over her hands.
Yeah, fuck the patriarchy.
Yeah,
Um,
fuck him.
so he's dead. Um, he was going to kill Philippa rather than Dijkstra. Dijkstra's fucked up everything. They're all fucking useless in that place, to be fair. But then it's like there was a bit where Cahir was like pledges his allegiance to fucking Ciri
Oh yeah, I
or
noticed that.
something. Like
Do you think that a bit later on they're going to be crisscross?
maybe I don't know. I mean, I kind of like him as a character because
I
he's
do.
like, but I thought that was a bit
He's a good
out of
actor as
character.
well.
For, yeah,
Yeah, I like him.
I
Yeah,
like him, but
although
like,
he's a cunt in this, but
but he kind of
he's
like
got charm.
he does what he's told. That's the thing, and he does very bad things that
Mm.
he's told. So why he's all of a sudden just falling at her knees? You know, because I don't fucking know. You know,
Well, they did. He had a. It was like a brief moment he had with Fringilla earlier. Oh, she kills her. She kills her uncle. Fringilla kills her uncle.
she's horrible. Yeah,
Yeah, and she has a word with Kahia because Fringilla's there with the Saratal. I don't know what the fuck she's there actually, but anyway, she's there and she says to
yeah.
Kahia, "Oh yeah, I can do a few things when I use my own mind," and apparently that is now explaining why he's given himself up to Ciri. So he's kind of
Right.
like the Jorah. I think he's going to be made out to be the Jorah of this, you know, Jorah and Khaleesi.
Jura and Khaleesi. What do you mean, Jura? What, like a jury?
No, I mean
Jura.
as
What do you
in
mean?
Game of Thrones, Jorah. Is it Jorah? What's his
Jura.
name?
I don't know.
Khaleesi. What? Fucking night.
Oh, I can't remember.
Oh, God, I'm gonna have to look it up now.
What? I know the guy that follows them around, Ian Glenn
Ian
character,
Glenn, yeah.
Dora or something like that.
Is it Jorah?
I think it might be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they always say Sir Jorah. I didn't know what you were talking about.
No, that's fine. But yeah, so I think he's going to be like that kind of character for Siri now.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't trust him.
No,
You
no,
know.
he's like
Um,
a corkscrew.
there was
Yeah.
some stuff with Fringilla saying about I mean she's horrible, she's useless as
Yeah.
well, but like she's saying to Francesca, who I quite like, you know, that
Oh yeah,
your
like
husband and
all of a
child.
sudden Fringilla's become a bit stupid and then
Yeah,
she lets the cat out of the bag, doesn't she?
yeah, she says, oh yeah, because yeah, she was kind of like, yeah, they wanted your child and husband killed, so we did it for them or something, like, you know, I don't fucking
It
really
was Amir,
understand.
wasn't it? Amir, the white flame.
Yeah,
He killed her,
but like
a
it was
baby.
Fringilla was in on it, wasn't she?
Well,
She
no,
knew.
Fringilla tried to take the credit for it because she wants to get in good graces with Amir.
Yeah, but it was
But
Kahir that did
but
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
no, Kahir didn't do it
isn't it?
either.
Didn't he?
Kahir said to Fringilla, "Wait, this is how stupid the whole thing is." I had to go back and watch it to realize what the fuck had happened. But anyway, Kahir said to Fringilla, "We take the credit for killing the elven lady's baby," and then they went to Amir, the White Flame, and said, "We did this," and Amir said, "No, you didn't. I did it. Well, you just
Oh,
lied to me." And then Fringilla was like sent to be a poison taster, and Kahir was like thrown out,
right.
whatever. But anyway,
Okay,
they've gotten
I
over.
missed that, so that kind of makes a bit more sense. But
Yeah. So Fringilla's now let the cat out of the bag and said, "Well, no, it wasn't me. It was Amir." And she said, "You knew all this time, blah, blah, blah. You've betrayed me,
yeah,
blah, blah, blah." And I don't know why um, the elven lady didn't like burn her face off.
yeah, she should have fucking done. I mean, I like the fact that Francesca's turned into
Francesca.
like she's just turned into like. I mean, it's weird. They fucked her character up as well because they
Yeah.
made her sort of all vulnerable and shit and having a baby. That's fine, and then she just turned like she's just cold as fuck now,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
kind of cool. But yeah,
yeah.
she should have fucking stuck a sword in Fringilla's fucking right at that moment and said, "You
She's
fucking
an
knew all
elfin
this.
mage.
You,
She's way
yeah,
more powerful than Fringilla. Fringilla's
standing there,
always been
yeah,
known as like she's all right at magic, but
yeah."
she's not particularly powerful. She's more sort of
But if you,
scheming.
yeah,
Yeah.
she should have killed her right there and then. I
Yeah,
think,
like flayed her alive or something. I don't
yeah,
know, set her on fire. I don't know.
rather than oh, you had your reasons or whatever. I
Yeah, I'd be
mean,
well pissed off if that was
again,
me.
none of that got resolved.
No.
It's fucking irritating. But basically, like, it's a fucking mess. Yeah, it's a fucking
Mm.
mess. And how does it end? Like, basically, Witcher Geralt has a fucking ruck with some guards because they're trying to go somewhere, presumably to find Ciri with Jaskier.
Yeah.
Yennefer's back starting up a new fucking, you know, brotherhood of mages.
Some of the dialogue is bollocks as well.
Yeah.
Like, you won't get away with this. You know, I mean, it's really like
Yeah.
skeletal time. Also, was something I noticed about the dialogue was when I can't remember when saw it. I don't know, it was this season, but they used the word bedlam. Oh, it's fucking bedlam. You can't
Mm.
use that in a fantasy series because St. Bethlehem's fucking insanity hospital doesn't exist in the Witcher fucking
Yeah, true.
universe.
That's very true.
So I noticed that.
Yeah.
But
But
anyway, you were
like,
saying
I just don't know this ended. It just kind of ended with like they just
Siri.
they just wander off, don't they? Oh right, yeah. So oh no, of course there is fucking
Yeah,
more.
they didn't give Henry Cavill
He didn't
a,
have a single a send off. He was just like walks off with Jaskier after killing a load
and
of
that
guards.
fucking annoying Archer bitch who I couldn't give a shit about. They all
Yeah,
walked off into the forest, and that was
she
the last
saves
we
his
saw
life.
of him.
Obviously, he kills everyone, and then she kills the last two people.
Mm.
And he's like, "I'd be dead if it wasn't for you." Uh, well, but yeah, then they walk off, so that's pointless. Then we see that they've brought Ciri to
So,
the Emir, but it's not her.
no, it's the other girl.
But who brought her there? Vilgefortz?
It's got to be
Was that fucking
Vilgeforce, but I
so?
think so.
So does he
Vilgeforce,
know? He obviously knows that's not Ciri, so he's
yeah.
pissing around. And the
So,
guy doesn't recognise his own daughter.
no,
Where has that girl been all this time? Like, I mean, she's clearly mad as a fucking hatter as well.
as a
Like,
spoon. Yeah, well,
yeah,
the last time we saw her, she was in the house with the druid and the werewolf.
yeah.
That was the last time we saw her. So she's obviously
So
been wandering around.
where the
Um,
fuck has she been?
yeah,
Um,
and how would Vilgeforce know how to find her?
yeah, she was like a failed experiment.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
yeah,
And but again, no one recognizes her. Like, really, she doesn't look like you, man. She doesn't look like the way she was before.
yeah. It's
It
literally
hasn't been
only
that
the
long.
hair.
Do you
The
know what
hair.
I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
it knows, doesn't even suspect. And then we find Siri is somehow locked up in some shitty, weird, crappy prison with a bunch of other fucking.
yeah, she's tied to some, and there's another cheeky Cockney wanker next to her saying, "Oh yeah, we could, you know, let's team up and get out of this
Yeah.
situation."
And there was a woman in there who was in one of the previous episodes. Yeah, this sort of woman with this sort of blonde, sort of curly dreads, sort of thing. Like just
I
I
didn't
don't know
notice.
where, I don't know who they are, I don't know where they all turn up, but basically, you know, they escape.
They made a
And
big thing out of Siri killing somebody as well, but she's done it
yeah,
before, so it's
yeah, she
not.
has, just not with a sword to the chest.
No,
But
I
yeah, and
suppose
she's
that.
sort of, they tried to make her interesting. Oh, she's playing with him because she wasn't just like killing him outright. I didn't understand
Oh,
where
just
that
more
came from.
bollocks to think about. I
I
don't
just don't.
care.
I think try and be consistent. I just don't think she would have done it. I mean,
Yeah.
they're trying to say, oh, now she's not turning bad, but she's conflicted.
Mm.
But like, I just didn't buy it at
I don't
all.
know enough about Sue to give it to know whether she's fucking conflicted or not. She's just
No,
a one-dimensional character at the moment. She's just the woman with the power, or a
but
girl
yeah,
with power. I don't know if she gives a shit about things normal people. the character hasn't been built up enough for me to know one way or another. So I just haven't. I
No,
couldn't give a fuck.
no,
No.
I don't understand it. I don't understand why, um, and I don't understand why she stuck around with those people at the end, because I think they were like, right, why isn't she going to find Yennefer or Geralt, or
Yeah.
what's the plan? Because it
Yeah.
basically just sort of fucking ended,
Yeah.
and like
Everything's up in the air. We don't
there
know
was,
who's dead, who's alive, what's going on, where
well,
fucking the
yeah,
Witcher is.
it was terrible. I thought it was
The
really
last two
badly done.
episodes were
Yeah,
just shit. I mean, it's all.
especially for a finale for Henry Cavill, it was
I
fucking
know.
piss poor. Yeah,
Yeah, he could have really gone out in a blaze of glory, but no,
yeah,
no, they fucking can't stand him, so they punished him. And honestly, I felt like the last two episodes were absolutely pointless. The desert thing and the Witcher being ill in a forest, it was just all shit. Yeah,
yeah,
maybe if you had to put that in there, 10 minutes tops and the rest, and then we resolve that
yeah,
and get on with the fucking story.
yeah. It didn't make
Maybe some character build up for fucking Sue, because we don't know what the
They could
fuck's
have
going on
they
with
could have
her.
cut out those last 2 episodes completely
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
ended it with the fall of Aretusa and to say dying,
Yeah. And
and
maybe
we
to
would have been
like
in the same fucking place.
the last fucking scene was to say like slashing her wrist or blowing something up or something.
Yeah, we would have ended up in the same place. Basically, they're all wandering around,
Yeah.
going
I don't give a
somewhere we
shit about
don't.
someone stumbling around a desert. I just not
No,
interested.
oh, it was bollocks.
Uh,
So yeah, I thought it was poor.
yeah, very poor.
Um,
Um
I don't know what's going to happen
I
in the
enjoyed
next
5
series.
and 6, but that was literally the highlight. Everything else, and
It's such a shame.
even
Yeah,
6 was a mess. Like I didn't know who was killing what. You know, like the magic things. How does a last resort spell not break through a fucking personal barrier, magical barrier? It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
no,
That should have been an unblockable attack. You know,
yeah.
she's basically opened the heavens, invited this thunder in, and a human can bounce that off. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. No, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna bother with the next season. I'm very disappointed.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, like I haven't watched the the spin-off Blood Origin thing. I haven't watched that out of
Mm,
principle, and
no,
apparently it's fucking terrible. But I got a feeling it's going to be a bit more like that from
it's
now on.
just such a waste.
It is because like all the effects and the sets and the costumes and everything are all fucking brilliant. They're
Mm,
really good. And a lot of people said they were shit, but I don't think so. I think they're
no,
really good. The monsters and that are brilliant when they do it right. It's really well done, and it has the whole tone of The
yeah,
Witcher. Like if you play the game,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's it's like being in the game. It's brilliant, but like it's just so much like again, the fucking dryads. It's just like, why did they end up
Why?
there? Who are they? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why are they just like fucking? Where are all these fucking kind
They
people
need a
that
fucking
exist?
map as well, because I know that you said the guy didn't really build one, but we need one because they're just like they're in a forest, they're in a tavern, they're in a fucking castle. Do you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah, no one ever
they could
talks
be
about where
fucking
they are,
anywhere. There's no sort of sense of space or the location or where
or
they are.
traveling. That
It,
you
you
don't
know,
see them
in
traveling really.
yeah, in relation to how close are they to the White Flame? How close are they to Redania? We don't fucking know because it's just Forest Tavern and fucking
Yeah,
in the inside of someone's house. So it's such a waste because it could be so good, and
yeah.
it's just
I just, I mean, I got the feeling that, I mean, I thought Yennefer was kind of a bit boring in these last 3 episodes as well, and I really like her character, but
yeah.
there's all this sort of like all of a sudden everyone's really, really maternal,
Hmm.
and it's just like it's just fucking
It's not
stupid.
necessary.
It just doesn't make them more interesting.
It doesn't make them look any more human because it sort of comes out of nowhere,
Yeah,
and it's inserted in, and it doesn't feel natural.
no, especially like I mean, if Yennefer started off as like rather not selfish, but out for her own ends and not afraid of pissing people off and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole thing where she sold out Ciri was a step too far. But like now she's completely fine and everyone's fine with it. Ciri's like, I just don't know who
Well,
she
that should
is.
have never happened, that whole
Yeah.
thing. That's not something Yennefer would have done, and it's not something, um, because, Geralt loves her, loves Yennefer, and he wouldn't love somebody who would do that.
No.
It's not her personality. Plus, she's got this thing for wanting to be a mum and everything, and Ciri's a child. So it just that should have never happened. That was not an interesting way of putting a character in a situation.
No.
It was bollocks. Everyone saw it was bollocks, and it ruined it. And and now we've come to this one, and you've got rid of the main guy. I just
Yeah.
can't see what the fuck. Tasaya's gone, and she was a great character, and she's dead now. So it's just like, what the fuck have you got going for you?
Yeah, I don't know, because Vilgefortz is dull as a character. I mean, at least Stregobor. I mean, Stregobor's like racist and a fucking mentalist, but he's
Yeah,
interesting because of that, not because it's a
yeah.
good thing. But like, you don't. What's the motivation for Vilgefortz? Just have no idea. Literally
No,
none.
he's a bit one-dimensional as well. I mean, I thought he's fairly interesting when he was like in love with Tasaya, but then it turns out he's just a fucking moustache twirling arsehole. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? He's just that.
yeah.
So
Just don't fucking get it. I just
yeah,
none of it made sense, and they just like they keep ignoring stuff. Like he's been doing these experiments on all these young girls, and no one
the
fucking noticed they were
writing
missing.
the writing is really poor. Like they
Mm.
keep sort of fucking around with the world mechanics. They keep fucking about with like the strength of spells. Some are like insanely, like Ciri's insanely strong, but
Yeah.
oh, and then she isn't.
But also, Geralt is like
I mean,
there's more
she's
to Geralt than just fighting with his sword.
of
Like
course there is,
he's
yeah. He's a
but
rounded character. He's
no,
good.
but also, I mean, he the Witcher, so he's a fucking mutant. So they have these potions and there's lots and lots of different potions that they take, and it makes them fucking beast up. You just never use them, and they're all different. I mean, in the game, there's fucking dozens of different ones.
Yeah.
But he just never fucking used him. Like in that fight with Vilgefortz. I mean, I know he was still suffering a bit, but well, no, he wasn't. This is before he got beaten up, wasn't it, obviously. But like, I'd have necked a few of them, and like he
Yeah.
would have gone because it just turns him into like not a berserker because he still has control of his mind, but gives him like insane fucking strength,
Like beast power.
and he's
Yeah.
got fire. He hasn't just got that boom power. He can
He's
do
got fire and all
firepower,
that, hasn't
and
he?
he's got
Yeah.
all kinds of like
Yeah.
magic and stuff. Like not as much as a mage, but like he just fucking swinging it. I mean, it's cool seeing him swinging his sword about, but like if that's all he is, he just I don't know. They
Well, the
made
thing
him
is,
really quite boring.
they've set up Ciri's powers to be sort of like defensive. She blew a bunch of people away when she was scared the first time. Yeah, she's in a pub now with a bunch of blokes who are like talking about raping her. She's tied to a stake, and yet she hasn't destroyed everybody.
Yeah.
You know what
Or
I mean?
portaled out, you know.
Or portaled out. Do you know what I mean? That's what we've been
Yeah.
told.
But
Okay?
and
She
then
doesn't know how to control them. She's had a bit of training from Yennefer, but from what we've seen, each time she's in danger, she pulls it out of the bag and
yeah.
fucking destroys everything.
And what was this thing she said at the end? Because they were like, "What's your name?" And she said, "Call me Falca."
Falco is that we don't know,
Yeah,
but
we don't know.
I'm
So like,
assuming it's a horrible woman from the past who
yeah,
cut
the
her
one who,
ears to look like an elf.
yeah.
She
But
turned
there
up in the
was,
desert. Yeah,
yeah.
we've been
But
getting
like,
very
why
little
call
for
me
that.
Falca? It's like
I'm gonna have to
fucking,
look it up.
Rise of Skywalker, isn't it? Yeah. Call me Ray Skywalker. It's like, no, you're Emperor Palpatine's
We're supposed to
granddaughter.
assume from that she's going to turn evil, but she probably won't.
Yeah, or the love of Yennefer will turn her back and
Of
all that
course,
shit.
yeah.
I just have no
Is that
fucking
with
idea.
Jennifer's fucking
I
redemption
think
arc?
it
Fucking
sounds to me
hell.
like the writers freaking out, or not freaking out. They know that everyone hates what they're doing, right? But because they're getting paid for what they're doing, they see it as
Why
fine.
can't they hire some people out of Foundation, the writers of that? They've done a really good job.
They have done a good job.
They
I
haven't
think
set a bit of
it's
exposition, you
because
can tell, but
yeah,
it's not as fucking shit
it's
as
because of
the
just self-importance. You know, these are just
they're
hacks
amateur.
who've fucked over, taken a story that people liked and a game that people like. You know, I mean, the books wouldn't be as famous if it wasn't for the games. You know, and they've just like gone, oh well, we'll do that, and it was okay at the beginning. It wasn't too bad, but then they just decided to fuck with it, and like everyone just goes, no, we hate it. But instead of going, okay, let's bring it back to where it was, they've
Mm,
just gone, how dare you hate it?
yeah,
How dare you hate
bigot.
it? Yeah,
Yeah.
you're bigger. So we're just going to keep doing it until it's dead. But they don't care because I mean, I'm convinced now that a lot of these people are like trolling. They're like, it's like the television version of clickbait, right? They just want you to watch to see how bad it is because they still get
Mm,
paid.
yeah, that's
If you
true.
watch it, it doesn't matter if it's shit.
Yeah,
It's
they're
like
like
this,
daring you to find fault with it, but it's
yeah.
full of faults. The writing
But
is shit.
yeah, and
The
they always come out of it defending themselves, saying, "Well, you know, you're just bigots," and everyone's like, "Yeah," and it's like, no, 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 you're just you need to get a different job and do something that you're good at because you're not a
mm,
good writer. Just
no,
because you want to be a writer doesn't mean you get to be one if you're
yeah,
no good. It's good to try, and well done, you tried, but you're just really
you
bad at
fucked
it.
it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like whoever's hiring writers should be looking at these people and going, "You worked on The Witcher, really? What car did you write? This one, we're not hiring you."
Mm,
Why doesn't it
yeah.
seem to work? But the whole thing is, it's a whole. I mean, this is why the strikes are happening and
Yeah,
all
it's
that,
all
because
incestuous, isn't it?
yeah,
It's
exactly. They're just like, we're going to make this really, really bad show, and we're going to put some controversial stuff in it. People are going to fucking hate it,
mm,
but we're going to get good viewing figures. And they're like, fine, doesn't
yeah,
matter as long as we make money. I honestly believe that. Honestly think that's what Kathleen Kennedy is up to in
yeah,
Lucasfilm as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
She's just making controversial comments because she knows that it generates interest and it generates clicks, and they're making money from people clicking and watching to see how bad
Mm.
things are. It's sad, is what it is. It's really sad.
You see, the thing is, so from my point of view, it could be so good. It could be really good. And instead, they've decided to go all political on it. It's not, it's about the art, it's
Yeah,
about the storytelling, it's not about your fucking your
yeah.
agenda that you're fucking whatever you think you are.
It's about
Uh,
your life. Yeah, it's
make it
about
making yourself feel good about yourself because you feel like you're a progressive person. Fuck that shit. It's about the story, it's about the art, it's about the fucking um the artistry of everything. It's not about you, and it
yeah.
could be so good. You could
I
have
think
they
yeah
could have approached it as we could do something really great, but
that will be
instead,
remembered. Yeah, that will be remembered. You know, make it a huge
yeah,
big
we
deal.
people will watch it over and over because it's so good. You know, if generations of people watch
Yeah,
it, you know, it's one of the biggest sort of fantasy series ever. But they've approached it from how can I make myself look more progressive, and as you know, it's all about sex. They want people to bang them because people think they're a brilliant person because they've done something progressive with it. No one gives a shit about
yeah.
that.
There's a
It,
certain sort of
you get
virtue.
laid more if you've done a good job on a series.
I think there's some sort of like weird virtue in like making something shit and being unapologetic.
Yeah, there's no virtue
No,
in that.
no, there isn't. But like, there seems to be like, you know, yeah. Well, I
Mm.
don't care what you say, and we're all supposed to go, "Good for you. You ruined
It's
us
not
and
about
wasted our
you. It's
fucking
about the
time."
fucking experience, the
Yeah,
story, the artistry.
I think they should axe it. I think what should do, they should
Yeah.
axe it right now and just like put it out this misery because it's just dragging something out. It's never going to be good again
Yeah, I
unless
thought
they
about
get rid of
this.
different people. They
I,
should just go, do you know what? We tried, it failed,
I
and we
thought
should
maybe
move on.
Netflix will let it go because it's such a, you know, they've fucked it into the ground sort of thing. And I thought maybe Prime or somebody out, Paramount, whoever, picks it up get Henry Cavill back, and the people who
Yeah,
whoever
I don't
uh,
think he'll do it.
the
I don't.
actors. No, probably not, unless they give him a really good reason to do it.
Maybe like in 10 years' time, he could do like one, but like a bit
Mm,
of an aging Witcher, a bit like Logan, with the X-Men,
yeah,
and have a different thing like that. Might be cool, but at the moment, I just couldn't care less.
no.
I couldn't care less if Siri died. It'd
Well,
probably
you
be the
see,
best thing.
Amazon's fucked up that power ring of power thing, haven't they? And they need a fantasy thing. And I
Yeah, it's
thought this
bad.
is kind of cheaper. They've got all the actors, and we don't have to know. No one's going to have to write the characters. Well, maybe a bit Siri because she's been, the characters all over the fucking shop because of the shit writers. But if they got some good writers in, got rid of the whole production crew of the other people, um, and started again, and carried on with the story. But that's the only way I can see it working.
I just want to see something new, just a different story, something
Mm,
that doesn't have anything to do with any of this bollocks.
mm.
Because like you could watch episodes of The Witcher and episodes of Rings of Power, and it's like the same thing. It's
Yeah,
the same characters and everything. It's just like, do you know what I mean? It's like being at university, and just like it's the sort
yeah.
of people you would see
What
if you were
degree
at
are
you.
you doing?
It's the same sort of people you'd see at university now, are the same people in all these shows, and it's just like
Yeah.
you kind of start off watching the show thinking, "I wish everyone was dead. Like, I just
Mm,
wish the world wasn't like this."
yeah.
It's just like there's just nothing redeeming about any of these people.
Yeah.
They're just like narrow-minded, sort of like narcissistic. Just don't
Yeah.
don't listen. There's no tolerance in anything. It's just they all have to be the same, which is hardly diverse. I mean, it's weird that in The Witcher, Stregoborg, the fucking massive racist, is one of the more interesting characters. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
everyone else thinks the same. But like, I
Yeah.
mean, he's not. I'm not saying he's a good character. He's not. But he's interesting because of that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because he's just different than everyone else. It's just fucking ridiculous. I'm sick of it. And that's why Foundation is good as well, because like you've got people who are very different, but they have to get along. They don't get along. you know, um, they've all got their own agendas and stuff, but there's no like
But
crazy sort of like modern politics in it.
what you said about like the university thing where everyone's so fucking self-important and they're all telling everybody what degrees they're doing, and how fucking progressive they are. But it just really reminds me of like that Stone Roses song, the resurrection. And it says, "Don't waste your words. I don't need anything from you. I don't care where you've been or what you plan to do." And
Hmm.
that's pretty much what I think about the production team of the fucking Witcher.
Yeah, they fucked it up. They should all be sacked.
Yeah,
But who's in charge? There is no boss.
don't
And
waste your
obviously we're moving
words.
away from a sort of hierarchical structure because people don't like having a boss, do they?
No.
So it's just basically I want to be able to do what I want, get paid. If you don't like it, that doesn't matter to me because I'm getting paid. So therefore, it's a good thing. If I'm benefiting from it, then it's a good thing,
Hmm.
which is just very selfish and
Shit.
not very artistic because you should be able to um, accept you've done a bad job. I
Mm,
mean, that's how you grow as a person, to accept that you've made mistakes.
yeah.
You learn from your mistakes and you move on and you own it.
That's so
Yeah,
arrogant.
we worked on the rich and we fucked it up, but we
Yeah.
owned it and we've learned a lot from doing that.
Mm,
Could have done that, and I
mm.
respect you for that.
Yeah. If they
But
admitted
like,
it
if
and
if
felt
it's
sorry
clear
about
that
it.
everyone hates it, why keep doing it?
Yeah.
Because you think
Well,
it's
in their
there's
bubble,
virtue in,
everyone's
yeah,
saying, "Oh, I think we're doing a fantastic job. It's
yeah.
so brave." They're in a bubble and they've really fucked this thing over. Anyway, it's probably we should leave it then, unless you've got anything
Yeah,
more to say about it.
I'm just
No,
depressed, to be honest.
it's sad.
In
It's
general
sad.
about that whole thing because it was such. I was really into it. You
Yeah,
know, even though a lot of people didn't like the first series, I thought it was good. I mean, it
I
wasn't
I like
great,
the
but like
first series. I thought it was
I,
good.
I thought it was good. It was more sort of like, well, it was about Geralt. About
Mm.
what being a
No,
Witcher is.
yeah,
and stuff like that. But it all just went sort of wrong, you know. They missed the priorities. The whole point was
They
it supposed to be.
assassinated Yennefer's character.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's a shame because I think she's great. I think she's really good.
Yeah, she's
But
great in it. Yeah.
I mean, if she leaves, I mean, I'm not going to watch it. I don't. Well, I probably am
If
going to watch
Yennefer,
it.
if the girl,
Yeah,
I forgot her name now,
yeah.
Chalotra,
Oh yeah, Charlotte or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
if she
Sorry if you're
goes,
watching. We keep getting your name wrong.
yeah,
It's just
if
because we're invested in your characters rather than you.
yeah, we think you're great as Yennefer.
Yeah, you're
Really
brilliant
knocked it
as
out of the
Yennefer.
park in season one. Really shone. She really
Yeah,
shone in that. Great, great. She was great in it. Beautiful. She's a
I
beautiful
can't.
girl.
She is very beautiful. I can't see them like sticking with this much longer, like as actors. I mean, you kind of need to move
If
on.
she goes, that's it. It's fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and
Yeah.
also if there's a season 3, which there is going to be one, obviously, it should
Mm,
be the last one. Like, I just can't fucking. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting old. I can't
mm.
fucking sit for another
Yeah, I
couple of
couldn't
years
care
of
less.
this.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not fair to string people along like this. Just fucking
Mm.
let it die. You know,
Yeah.
I would respect Liam Hemsworth now if he said, "You know what? I've changed my mind. I'm not doing it." Quite clearly,
Mm,
no one wants to do it, and like it's taking away from the show to have
mm.
everyone knowing all our interpersonal
It's all
fucking
got
bullshit.
political. It's
Yeah,
like they've just ripped open the fantasy world, and we've just seen into the day-to-day bullshit human thing with people's egos and into office fucking arguing. No one wants to see that shit.
no, we watch movies to get away from that stuff.
Yeah,
You know, like
exactly.
horrible people who think they're the
It's
fucking
called
bear.
fantasy for a fucking reason.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
more storytelling, more good storytelling is what we need. Things that have nothing to do with modern life would be
Mm,
cool.
mm,
You know, like just fucking write a story that you think is going to be fun and
yeah.
interesting and dark and all that shit.
Mm,
But it's just very hard to find it.
mm.
I'm over it. But yeah, so goodbye, Henry Cavill.
Like, subscribe, share.
Like and subscribe for more cheery nonsense. I know. It's fucking terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
It is bad though, isn't it? You know, it's just
yeah.
kind of like it just seems
It
a
fucking
massive
sucks. Yeah.
wasted opportunity just because of people's fucking
It's a
egos.
waste.
And instead of people calling these people calling these people out on their egos, they're just getting fucking like, oh, you're so brave, and yeah, you're sticking it to the man. It's
Mm.
like you're getting paid.
Yeah,
You know,
down
you're
the
getting
fucking
paid a lot.
patriarchy.
It's like, do you know what I mean?
Nice one, sister.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
So fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. God, we went on for ages.
I know. Yeah,
But yeah, such a shame.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
But yeah, right. Well, I've had enough
All
of
right,
talking
Chicky
about the
Pop.
fucking
All right.
Witcher now.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, see you next
Might go
time.
and
Well,
slash my wrist now.
we need to think about what else we're going to watch after this.
We got shit to watch. Foundation.
What
I'll
else
have a
is on?
look.
Something a bit.
Maybe we should do something else so we can have another rant. But that's depressing as well.
Yeah, I
Fucking
don't know.
Dial of Dysentery. God, no.
I haven't seen it. I haven't
No.
seen it yet. I'm in no rush
Anywho,
to
we'll
see it.
figure something out. We've
All
got
right, cool.
Foundation next week anyway.
Fantastic. All right, well, I'll see you then.
All right, see you then.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.